Well, one belt drive repair later.
What are you doing then? Are you going? Are you going? The sun's out, the wind's dropped. Are you going or what? What are you doing? Make your mind up. It's tomorrow night, aren't I? So, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go. Let's make a day of it. It's Friday, it's the weekend. I can get back here tomorrow evening and I can go to work. What could be better? So, engine checks are complete. Tightened up the bilge, tighten up the nuts, check the oil, check the water, check the alternator, make sure the belt's tight, everything's good, everything's ready. The wind has dropped. There is a crosswind that can blow you about a bit, but there's nothing like being out on the canal. So it's time to blow. So, as has been pretty normal of late, we've been running the boat on solar. I've refurbished and breathed new life in the domestic alternator, so I'm going to give that a run, test it. I'm going to run the George Foreman off it later because I've got some nice Atherstone sausages to cook later on. Those of you that have started following me will know that we don't rely too much on shoreline energy as we've been running the boat on solar, but as I've got the boat turned over to engine, I'm going to be charging the systems on that on the boat, and it's time to go. So we're just waiting for the wind to drop, although we do sometimes take the boat out in windy conditions. We try to avoid it in the marina because of the way the current is flowing. Came back into the marina several weeks ago and sustained some damage to the boat just here. Probably can't see it, but quite a nasty bump when I came in, even though I compensated for the wind. But it's just the angle in which the boat is brought into the marina. It just sometimes, it's inevitable that you're going to get what I call canal rash, which is it should be an acceptable part of boat life. And if you've got a brand new boat, you know, be prepared for the odd scratch, the odd bump. You might have your fenders, you might have everything in place, everything looks good, but there's the inevitable scratch, the inevitable bump. And obviously our draft and everything down below there is all black, so we've just got a brush and a tin of paint. We just touch it up. That unfortunately is a dent, so, and it's a shame, but it happens. That's boat life. That's not bad in 7 years. So we're all ready to go to all intents and purposes. We're just waiting for, like I say, we're just waiting for the wind to drop. So here goes. Wow, all uncoupled, ready to go. Here we are. These two know what's coming. Well, engine check's complete. The wind's dropped. No,
sort of.
No, and let's go. Oh dear, that wind that dropped. So we put it into reverse. Starting getting to blown over that way now. So I'm going to hit the pontoon. So what I do is I put it in forward, try and level the boat up, keep it under control so I don't swath along the pontoon. There's the wind blowing me again. I'm going to put it into forward, try to keep the boat under control. As you can see, look, the wind is blowing me at the back end, so it's pushing me over. So I'll put the into forward gear again, spin it round. So what I'm going to do is bring this welly. Even though I'm giving it welly, the wind's taking the boat right over. Now the wind is assisting me. I've got to be careful that I don't crash into those other boats, so I'm going to try and bring it down now. Now I'm starting to turn round. So these things can easily get away with you if you're not careful. But remember, power, it's all about power. Journey Saturday morning.
Are you going over there?
And now I'm out on the navigation. Not so much wind out here, but some nice windbreakers with these trees. Happy days. Despite the wind, we're all good, we're all moored up. We haven't gone far. It's all about the weekend. Just finding a nice spot, and which we've got. Again, it's like a regular spot here. There's a winding hole a little bit further up where we can turn around, so it's nice. Yeah, the wind did play a huge factor whether we're coming out today or not, because it's very difficult, like I've said, as you've seen, getting out of the marina. But we got there in the end, and your friend in all of that, like I said, is the throttle. Make sure you use the throttle, and it brings the boat back under control very, very quickly. Don't be afraid to do that, and don't be afraid to use this, so to keep that control. I've got a bow thruster, but I never use it. Don't really see the necessity for it. It helps, but it doesn't help that much. Plus, as well, if you lean on it too much, you can burn out the contacts. So it's best to only use that in short bursts if necessary, and only as a last resort. So that being said, I'm going to enjoy a little bit of chill time. So here I am, getting settled in to an evening stroke night on the canal. Got work tomorrow, so tomorrow night over the weekend. So the therapy is getting out on the boat. That's the therapy, and I truly believe it does help. There's no real psychosis involved. It is what it is. It is all about this. All about this. Sausages. Finally getting some food on the go. Got the alternator issue sorted out, so distributing power quite nicely through the boat. You can hear the slight changes in power fluctuations through the sim wave, so I love it. This is another reason why I love boat life. This is like off-grid stuff. It's just great, you know. Yeah, you know, we've got the internet, but what I mean by off-grid is we're not relying on electrical power or water supplies. We've got a 500 litre tank, we've got diesel, we've got everything that powers the boat. I've got a backup generator, I've got solar panels. How can you ever be without power? This is the other side of life. It really is. And I don't intend to go back. towpath offerings. Blackcurrants. Put them on the quick roast in the morning. There you go, look. Nice. So these are really ripe. Okay, so we've got some leftover raspberries. We've got, more importantly, picked from the cut down on the Coventry. Some black currants, and we have some honey, which is direct from the producer. D-Stop, Thornfurlong Farm, Stockton, Warwickshire, coolly provided by my son. And we have zero fat yogurt and some walnut halves. But I must stress that this is not a cooking channel. Hey, did you just say black currants? Don't you mean blackberries? Alright, I'm making a video here. Alright, the punters want to know. I said. I know what I said. I said blackberries. I said blackberries. Man, I love fruit. Love it. Just can't get enough. Oh, yeah, I know that these short little edits probably aren't doing very well here on YouTube, but I don't really care. I'm doing this for me. But if you do like what you're seeing here, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't like what you saw, thank you very much for watching this far. And if you did this with your favourite YouTuber as well, I'm sure they'd appreciate it just as much as I do. And the reaction? Chef's kiss.